Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason JV Smoke, and across from me,
Y'all know what it is, man. No cool nickname. Duran. Still same location.
yeah, man, we
Just
at it again.
Different little smoke, different little sip.
Yeah, so same sips as last time, but we'll run through them again in case you missed the last episode. But we hope you saw it, and we're gonna get right into this. So here at OCL, they got some El Septimos in.
They got some new stock.
Yeah, we got some El Septimos.
Yeah.
And went ahead and grabbed one that I hadn't had before, and turns out you had as well. So, yeah, I'm with you. So I'm gonna have to really look at this one because I don't know El Septimo all that well. So this is the El Septimo Salvador Dali from the Sacred Arts Collection, Reserve Royale.
So there are a couple of cigars in the Sacred Arts Collection. So who knows? We may do some other ones as well. But this is the first one. This is the first time I've had this one. I also had the red band one. I don't know what it's called, but I enjoyed it. I've never had an El Septimo I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, me neither. Like that's the only reason that I'm willing to pay the price when I see an El Septimo. Absolutely. Right? Because this thing was $22.
It's expensive,
something like that.
And realistically, El Septimo doesn't have a whole lot of stuff that's not expensive. But it smells great.
Oh wow, that smells almost.
It's like a jasmine on it or something.
I was gonna say floral, like that. Wow, that's very unexpected.
It's a very different fragrance than what you normally get from cigars.
Wow,
I'm looking forward to smoking this, man.
That smells really nice.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Let's get this thing lit, and man, I hope the cold draw and the light on this thing is
as good as the smell was, right?
Yeah, man. Wow, I'm all excited now. Oh yeah, draw's nice.
Very faint on the cold draw.
That's very unique. I don't know what to think about that.
There's definitely something floral in there, man. Like, you can taste it.
There's definitely a hint of it. Like, it's noticeable.
Or maybe even like a mintiness?
I don't know. What?
I can tell you this, it piques my interest immediately.
Yeah, because it's so different. Like, I mean, of course you get the,
traditional tobacco stuff.
Yeah, you're getting tobacco stuff. But if you really pay attention and go beyond that, and even on the retro, there's this flavor I can't really place. I'm honestly having trouble placing it.
Yeah. Didn't do a good job of cleaning off my cut there.
Wow. Well, premium cigar, might as well go with a premium pour, right?
Absolutely. So I'm going to do something a little different. You go ahead, jump right in.
Yeah?
I'm going to take my palate down a bit.
Okay.
By going with this Bonded benchmark. Very small pour. Just to re-engage the palate and prepare it for that E.H. Taylor.
So what do we have here, guys? We've got 3 different Taylors, a Taylor homemade blend, and 2 benchmarks. The benchmark, they got what, three other ones as well, right?
Yeah. So benchmark has a couple of different joints out there. So of course they've got a single barrel, They've got one called the Top Floor, and then there's probably just a standard benchmark. So our experience is going to be very different right off the bat because,
and with the cigar, I feel like it's going to be even more different.
Yeah.
Because this thing is taking me to like.
It's probably the best pour I have in my collection, to be completely honest.
This is like lakeside, gazebo, fresh water, like mist in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I tell you what, though, the benchmark Bonded, it's not bad
for what it is. Do you remember the price? I know it's under 40, but
it's under $20.
Wow. So knowing that, that's a damn good pour.
It's under $20.
Like under $20. That's I don't mind it at all. Like it wasn't offensive. It was very aromatic.
Yeah.
Like considering how young it is and that it's only 100 proof. Like it's very. I say
when
only.
we say it's young, it's minimum 4 years.
It's 4 years. Yeah. It's 4 years. But it's pretty aromatic for a 4-year bourbon. You know, I'm not surprised now having both of these bottles that they're allocated just like everything else Buffalo Trace, because they're actually pretty good.
It pisses me off though. It's a $20 bottle. It shouldn't be fucking allocated. Make more.
I make more, right?
Make more.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, they are making more. You know, we just
won't see it for a couple of years.
We have to wait for the 4 years. So they've doubled production or you know, doubled capacity. How about that? But it's nice to see something entry level like this that is actually really flavorful.
Yeah.
You know, and won't turn you away from bourbon.
So I recently compared it to Jesus, why can I not think of it? Green and White. You know what I'm talking about. It's here all the time.
What? Evan Williams?
Evan Williams.
Okay.
Bottled and Bond.
Yeah.
Very similar, but very
Sure.
different for different things. One is a little more sweet, you know, well-rounded, I think. The other, not so much. But I wasn't disappointed in either one. I think that's something we might want to do on the podcast, head-to-head battle between that benchmark and that Evan Williams.
Evan Williams, Bottled and Bond.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting because it's been a while since I've had the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, and this was the first time I'd had that. I was surprised. I was surprised at how enjoyable it was.
Yeah,
I mean,
2 sub $20 bottles.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, don't get it wrong. Like, it's not going to blow you away. Like, that's not what it's trying to do, right? But sub 20, just knowing what it is, like, it's pretty damn good. So
it's complex enough to keep me entertained.
That was what I was kind of surprised about. Like the aroma was nice. The palate was complex enough. You know, wasn't proofy. I was genuinely surprised with it. Now the aroma on this is just it's all over the place, and it's so over the top. Like let me tell you, if you're the kind of person that loves the aromatics of a bourbon or whiskey just as much, if not more, than the palate, this thing right here will knock your socks off.
Because it's just so complex.
Like the aromatics on this thing is insane.
All right. I know I knocked that one down pretty quick, but like it was a super light pour. Truthfully, I was just trying to re-engage the palate after a cigar that we had that.
Oh, it's so good.
You know.
And dude, at 131 proof, like you wouldn't even know it.
It doesn't drink anywhere near it.
No.
Like at all.
Like maybe for a half second it hits you and is like, I'm 131 proof, bye-bye. You know, it's just like a hi-bye, just real quick. But other than that half second hello, you can't even tell that it's 130 proof. And like 130 proof, you should feel that. You took a nice pour.
God, man, listen.
I mean, it's your stuff. You should.
It's not going to see the light of day for another year, probably. So
it's gonna be one of these bottles. So 2 years from now, he's gonna be nursing this little bitty, 2-ounce.
Shout out to John Crowder. I'm gonna be sniffing the bottle.
I was totally
sniffing the bottle and putting it back.
I was totally thinking of him and that stinking the gin.
God, Jesus, man. And this is guaranteed probably my last pour of the night. So. It's just, oh man. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that you really want to take little itty bitty sips. You want to smell the hell out of it. Like, again, if you appreciate the aromatics of a bourbon, man, this one is like no other, I'm telling you.
So I don't know if I lit my cigar bad or if this is a problem here, but we're going to tap it just a bit right up front, just to try to catch it up, because I've got a nasty little burn here. So
got a little canoe there, huh?
Yeah. So we'll see if it catches up and does what it's supposed to. But don't let that be an indication of trying El Septimos, because I've never had one that disappointed. So again, more than likely, it's on me as it being a bad light.
All right, so we're here at one of our local spots, OCL. I think we said that already. Mm-hmm. And if you can't tell, we're outside. And
this is a new addition.
Sun is setting, right? This is a new addition to the back of the building.
Absolutely.
Second floor, like porch deck.
Yep.
Fully covered. Absolutely. Nice big fan, lights,
mm-hmm.
whole 9 yards. So if you're in town, definitely come check them out. This area back here is pretty big. And then of course downstairs,
yep,
they've got that nice and fixed up too. So, between these two spaces, they've added another 300-400 square feet to their, smoking area. So
easy.
It's really nice.
I think this will be the perfect complement when it gets about, when it starts to get to that 70 to 65 degree.
I don't think you'll be able to get out here.
It'll be so
I think
crowded. It'll be packed.
It'll be packed.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's completely covered, you don't have to worry about any kind of rain or anything like that. I mean, it's come October, November, it'll be packed out here. So.
Don't disagree. All right, so that burn already tightened up just a little bit off the tap. So we'll see where we go from here.
Man, I'm going to tell you, construction, I'm not having any burn issues. The ash looks great. It's super white, tight. I mean, just like everything you'd expect from an El Septimo.
Yeah.
The flavor on this is just like nothing I've ever had.
It's remarkable. I'm not gonna lie.
It's borderline infused,
without being infused. It's a very sweet cigar. There's some floral.
There is some floral stuff going on.
Minty,
I can't place it, but I'm with you.
There's some things going on there that make it very interesting. So if you haven't tried an El Septimo, you might want to get on board.
And listen, they've got some cheaper ones too, like the cheaper.
Yeah.
Right. They get down, I think, about $12, $13. And they're not terrible. They're pretty good. I mean, if you compare it to other $12, $13 cigars, you might be disappointed, but you have to kind of compare it to the rest of the El Septimo line. Right, which at $13 is really cheap for an El Septimo.
So elaborate on that. If you compare it to other $12 or $13 cigars, you might be disappointed.
You might be, just because you're probably going to get something that's a little bit lighter.
Oh, okay.
On both the flavor and the strength.
Yes.
You're not going to get something that blows you away like maybe a UC10.
Okay.
Or a Firewalker. Or whatever. Right. So a double broadleaf from Alec Bradley. You're not going to get that kind of experience, right? What you're getting is an entry level El Septimo. I know, right? That pour it interrupts everything.
Is there a major cherry note in there for you?
Dude, I get so many different flavor notes in there. Yes, I get the cherry note. Yes, I get the floral. Yes, I get the fruit, the oak, the caramel. Like, I get it all.
Worth every dollar. And I damn sure didn't get this at retail.
No, but you got it at way better than secondary. You got it half secondary.
No, I didn't get it at half secondary. I seen it. I was looking today when I pulled it off the shelf to bring it tonight. You know, my wife was asking some questions, and you know, because she was talking about, you were bringing your E.H. Taylors. I said I'm gonna bring mines, and she was like, "Didn't that cost a little?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "But it's just two of us, so it's not a big deal, right?"
Right.
Like, if it was 10 people, I'd be like, "Absolutely not gonna happen." But it looks like, you know, I could find it for probably $365, $370, something
Really?
like that. Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Not terrible. It's worth every dollar.
That's not terrible. I could do that.
I could do that.
I could do that. Okay. I didn't realize that it was that it had come down that much on the secondaries, because I thought it was more like $600-700 on the secondaries. But okay.
I did a quick Google search and I didn't see any of that high.
Well, so, you know, some of the guys that we roll around with, you know, they follow the secondaries pretty close. And last time we talked about it, they were talking about the secondaries on bourbon have really come down just across the board. You know, so
I think the market might have calmed a little bit.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think people are getting away from it, right? The hype is kind of
dying off a little.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you folks that just collect and don't drink, I don't really like you. Just telling you straight up.
Or you just buy to resell.
Buy to resell. And I was trying to be nice about that, but
that's what it is. That's what we're talking about, right?
You know, I don't like you guys.
So there are people who buy to collect, right, and maybe not open the bottle for a while, or you know, whatever. But there's people who straight up buy knowing that damn well they're going to resell it.
Yeah, no intentions of sharing it,
no
drinking
intention whatsoever.
You know, it's totally being bought to sell for
to turn a profit. That's right. And I get it, right? I get it, right? That's what a free market is all about, and you're totally free to do that.
Yeah, I don't oppose capitalism, but y'all are assholes. Like, you know,
it just sucks.
Yeah,
right. It just sucks.
Yeah,
you know, and so we're forced to relegate ourselves to lotteries and lucky finds and
point systems that,
you know,
could be outrageous. Like,
you know, yeah, man. Like I was talking with someone about a point system at a local store, and you know, I was saying that, and here's an example of what one bottle is. And oh, by the way, your points expire at the end of the year.
That's a nightmare.
Like, so if you don't actually accrue enough to get that bottle by the end of the year,
you're just assed out.
You just, you're totally done.
See, unfortunately for me, that's the type of place I wouldn't shop.
I don't shop there at all.
I wouldn't shop there.
At all.
Wouldn't shop there.
You know, so you got to find if you're going to do the points thing, you got to find you a good store where your points don't expire. The points that they put on bottles aren't ridiculous. Yeah. You know, some of these are thousands of points for a bottle, and it's just crazy. You know, like that bottle right there could potentially be 3,000 points.
Yeah, it would be crazy.
That's insane. You might as well just go buy the bottle in secondary.
Yeah, you should buy the bottle on secondary.
Like
you got to spend $3,000 because it's a point per dollar.
And even if it's not, even if it's 2 points,
2 points per dollar, you still spend $1,500.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Just go buy it on.
Just go buy it on secondary. Here's the real truth: build a relationship, man. Build a relationship. You know, I've got one really good one, and then I've got a few others that I'm working on. You know, but normally if I need some, I'm not going to say something that nice, right? Like,
no,
that one's a hard one.
Yeah.
But like if I needed a E.H. Taylor small batch,
no
I can call a guy.
On the way here, I was thinking to myself, I think I'm running low on the small batch. I need to call so and so and be like, I know you got one.
I can call a guy.
Let me have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
So yeah, build a relationship with your local shop. Try not to spread the love around too much, right? So you can actually build that relationship.
I spend a lot at one shop.
Right. Same here.
Like, and you know, if I hit that person, you know, I'm like, hey, actually some bottles came in recently that I really wanted, you know, that are not necessarily going to be hard to get, but like they were going to go really fast. You know, the new smoke wagons that dropped. You know,
what new smoke wagon?
So you got the new private selection smoke wagons, the rye and the bourbon.
Oh, right, yes.
Those both dropped. Some people put them on the shelves, and
wait, The purple bottle?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I seen it hit another store, and I was like, here's the deal. I can go buy it there because I can leave where I'm at right now and just go there.
Right.
But I'd much rather do it with you.
Right.
He's like, call you back. Right? Hit me like, just came in, come through.
Okay.
You know, so.
Unfortunately, like I don't want to say unfortunately. I think it's a great thing that you can build relationships around the bourbon community, especially with your local shops, and actually be able to get some really great stuff. You know, so that takes some quid pro quo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to spend some money there for them to actually try to help you out.
So I think we should just wait a second because, like, the train is hating.
I'll be curious to see how much the
if
mics
we can hear it or not.
Yeah, if the mics are even picking it up.
So here's the thing: the mic. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but you know I'm deaf, so like you know, it's pissing me off. Like it's out there just blaring on that horn all crazy. Like chill out, move on.
I mean, he's going through town. He's got to do it legally, right?
You know,
we got a lot of crossings.
That's true. We actually do.
We have a lot of crossings north south. Yeah. Like it's kind of crazy how many we have. You know, so that's why they're talking about putting that underpass, overpass on 3rd Street.
Yeah.
Which I kind of wish they'd fix the one on Inman and make it deeper, you know, so the trucks stop getting stuck.
Just raise it, right? Like do something.
Figure
it out.
It feels
the
like
signs don't help apparently. Like
the signs, the lights, like how many lights?
There's so many signs and so many lights.
Y'all,
like
crazy.
It just blinks.
So I need you to look it up. Cleveland, Tennessee, Inman Street.
Yeah.
Where the railroad crosses. The road goes underneath the railroad, and the railroad is level. So the railroad never changes elevation. The road just tries to go underneath it, right? Yeah. And they went like bare minimum on this thing. And like
it's 10 feet, 12 feet, something like that.
I don't even know if it's that much. Like it's so short. And it's I think it's probably twice a year, probably.
Shit, it's probably
3 times a year.
So now it might be less because they've put all the signs and the blinking lights and all that. But like I remember like years ago where it was like 5 or 6 times a year, you was gonna come down that hill or try to go up that hill and something was stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was gonna ruin your day.
Dude, it's craziness. Like, and so now they've got like 4 layers of signs and lights to tell you how shallow this underpass is. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I don't even know, man. And it's the only one we have that's like that, as far as I know. I mean, there might be some weird, obscure one out in the countryside.
I was about to say, like in the city, I don't think there's another.
No,
like not in the city.
It's just funny to me that they thought, okay, Inman is busy enough that we need to not have a stopping because the railroad's coming by, so we're just going to go underneath it.
But that's also the separation for the city, right? Like,
oh, it absolutely is.
You know, like. Which pisses me off.
I mean, but that's a lot of cities, right?
Yeah, but like it pisses me off because like, damn, go home, like leave us alone.
But it's like an unnatural boundary.
Yeah, like right? It's like once you go across that train track, it's like, oh, the city doesn't give a shit about the people over here.
Like you just know, you've crossed the railroad tracks.
You know what I'm saying? Like no, and my thing is like, downtown is so close to that spot, right? Like
it's like
that,
3 blocks.
It's
that way,
and it's just, again, growing up in that area,
I feel you.
It pisses me off that,
well,
there's so much going on everywhere else, and they're being left out.
But Cleveland's got this like master plan, right, where they're gonna do all this work to try to connect that side of town.
Well, I ain't seen no plans to connect that.
No, so there's supposed to be a pedestrian bridge that goes over the railroad tracks to actually connect that side. There's going to be a major park with an amphitheater, parking, and all that kind of stuff on that side of the railroad tracks.
Are you positive? Because I thought that was going where the old Maytag is, where they cleared out Maytag.
That's on the other side of
this side.
No, that's on the other side of the tracks.
No, it's not. I promise you, it's not. It's on this side of the tracks. You're right. You know what? You are right. It is on. It's literally.
It's right
over the tracks.
It is. It's. I mean, no lie. It's right on the other side, but it is on the other side.
Bullshit. Full blown political bullshit. Full-blown political
Oh,
bullshit.
man.
It's literally right over the fucking train tracks.
This is very true. This is very true.
If y'all can't tell by this, it's near and dear to my heart. Like, that's part of the city is just being completely left out.
You're not wrong.
Let's get off this subject and enjoy our cigars and bourbon. So that's not what our podcast is, so we're not going to engage that.
It's not, but I do have a question for you.
Sure.
Have you heard that Stampers is going out of business?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm really curious. That's a big storefront right on the courtyard, the court square. I'm really curious who's going to take that spot. You think it's going to be another lawyer?
Truth be told, I'm looking for a spot. I'm looking for one to buy.
Even closer? Like to downtown?
In this general area where we're at right now, in this 4 or 5 block radius,
yeah,
I'd like to have a spot.
Man, that'd be a great spot.
It's huge, though.
It is huge.
So
you'd think that whoever, I'm assuming they don't own it, but I don't know, maybe they do. But whoever does, you would think they would break that thing up because it is huge.
It's a monster.
Like, it's like half the street.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. But
anyway,
we got on a tangent real quick, you know.
The railroad just brought it out, right? The horn.
It just wouldn't go away. Like, you know, it just kept going.
Well, they're going like 10 miles an hour through town. Like, they're going super slow, you know. Oh, this right here.
It's a fucking problem. Legitimately a problem. Again, this has to be the best pour on my bar.
Make more. Just make more. I mean, I get it, right? It's hard to predict the market.
It's not
7 to 8 years in advance.
It's not.
But I'm here to tell you that Buffalo Trace has gotten it wrong for the last 20 years.
That's the thing. So when you say it's hard to predict the last 7 or 8, so like 2015, 2016, the bourbon whiskey boom started to come back.
It was probably before that, but okay.
But like that was when it
let's run with that.
15, 16, it got heavy, right? Like
let's run with
that. People started buying
in gobs of it, yeah.
Right. 2020, COVID hits. Now it's even worse.
We had a 100+% surge in spirit sales, and bourbon I think was one of the highest.
You know you need more.
You know you need more. That's why they built the new facility.
But now
but they should have done that 10 years earlier.
It's about supply and demand. I think there's a little bit of it that, like, you can't tell me they're not holding some back.
I mean, probably, right, for special projects.
They're holding some back.
Right, yeah.
So.
And you look at any other brand. Is any other brand having trouble with supply? No. The answer is no.
Not as much as Buff Trace.
Not even close. Literally everything Buff Trace makes is allocated.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Even the bourbon cream is allocated. Like, really?
Benchmark is allocated.
Is allocated. A $20 bottle is allocated.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at a few of the other ones. Turkey. Anything allocated with turkey?
Yes.
There's a couple of one-offs, right?
No, maybe, there's a few.
You know, maybe the Russell's Rye.
The Russell's.
Okay.
Almost any Russell's.
The Kentucky Spirit is, you know.
But the 13-year Russell's, the 15-year Russell's.
Sure.
Heavily allocated.
Sure.
Like 12-year Wild Turkeys you can't even get here. So Turkey has some stuff that's like.
They do. They do. But they have a good bit of their portfolio that is all over the place.
Yeah.
All right. Jim Beam. The only thing that's really difficult to find is stuff like Booker's, Little Book, and Not Breed 12.
Old Granddad 114 is allocated here in our market. It may not be in some other markets, but in our market,
but it's not crazy hard to find.
You can if you want to spend a little more than retail, you can get it.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, every brand's going to have those couple of allocated bottles.
Yeah.
But not every bottle.
No, every bottle from bottom to top with.
There's no exception.
No, like I'm sitting here trying to think like, you know, like, so if you start at the bottom with Benchmark, then go to Buffalo Trace,
I'm talking about Simply,
Eagle Rare.
I'm talking about Simply Bourbons and Whiskeys. I know they have a vodka. I think they have a few other things.
Yeah, nobody drinking that shit.
But I'm talking about just strictly bourbons and whiskeys. Everything they make is allocated. And it's not because it's great. It's just because the demand is outstripping the supply.
Yeah.
You know, so, and they were just really, really far behind the curve of preparing for that. You know, they marketed themselves like crazy. Buffalo Trace is not making money off. They're not making more money because of their shit being allocated.
No, absolutely not, because they're selling at retail.
They're selling at retail. Okay, the secondary market and all that are the ones making money. Make no mistake. So it's like, yes, they're selling out, if you will, right? So they're making max profit that they can make, but they could be making so much more if they would just make more. If they would have been making more 10 years ago.
Yeah, agreed.
Like you say, the boom started to happen. They have been short on supply for the last 20 years. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Which is why, like, Pappy is out of control.
Yeah, oh man.
And here is the big red flag right here. It ain't that great. Pappy ain't great. Especially if you get into those really old years.
Right. Well, you got to like something that's really old and oaky, right? You get into the over 15 year.
90% of the people that I speak to are not fans of Pappy 15, 23, all of that, right? It's just the fact that, like, it's the big boy shit. You know what I'm saying? If you got one of those, you know, you get to say you own one.
Yeah, sure.
It's prestige.
Yeah.
Outside of that, nobody wants to drink Pappy 23.
So one of our buddies was at the lounge with me last week, and he said he's still a part of a bourbon group from another state that I guess that he's either there or visits often or whatever, right?
Okay.
Shows me a picture that somebody posted in that group. Somebody straight up went into a Walmart in Arizona. They had Daddy Stag for $90 and 2 different Pappies for $100.
So I'm gonna be there next month. And one of my big plans is to, like,
visit the Walmarts.
Visit Walmart. I'm gonna buy a Costco membership just to go in, because Costco, and you know, apparently they constantly have that type of stuff just sitting and chilling. You know what I'm saying? And it's no big deal in other markets.
And I know we were just giving shit to the buyers that resell, but when it comes to Pappy, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Hey, I'm not gonna front. Like, if I can buy 2 bottles of Pappy, like, I'm gonna buy 2. I'm gonna keep one, sell the other, because I want the prestige of saying I got one. And I might not ever open it. I might leave it to my kids and say, hey, you know.
Well, and here's the thing:
when my ass die,
you can sell it to somebody you know for not some crazy astronomical price.
Or I can sell it to Joe Blow down the road and you make my kids' college tuition.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Like, seriously, bro. Like, like, some of these bottles are going for upwards of $8,500, $10,000.
I can't. I can't, man. This is ridiculous. Like, but hey, you know, if you got that kind of blow money, I mean, go for it. Go for it. You're probably not watching this podcast, though.
You should, though.
I mean, you should, but
might learn something.
You might learn how you can completely stock a bar for that 1 bottle's price.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, dude, like, for $5,000, I can give you 70 bottles. You'd have a crazy collection.
Bangers.
Just monsters.
I mean, just total bangers, man.
Like 5 Gs.
Yeah. Easily.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
easily.
70 to 100 bottles that people would walk into your crib and go, damn, you really do this.
Right.
Damn, that didn't sound good.
Well, the train's back, and
it's time to wrap up.
We're out of time here, so let's wrap this thing up. Why don't you start the closing comments this time?
Listen, the El Septimo, man, there's a flavor note in there I can't pick out,
but I fucking love it.
But I enjoy it so much. It's great, right? So if you've never seen this, please go and search it out. Let's do the band real quick, man. Like, this is almost like a Regal Royal band. Like, this joint is going to stand out if you see it in your humidor. Especially this one with the purple and gold. It has 2 bands. So purple and gold on the bottom, black and gold on the top. It's reflective. If you see this in the humidor, you're going to know it's there. as far as construction goes, I've had a little trouble with this one, but that's not the normal. That could be because I'm outside and I'm smoking rather fast. But construction's been great. Combustion's been great. Overall, I'd give this like a 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Right? Like,
okay.
For real. To the whiskey bourbon, listen, bro. I don't know that I own a bottle that beats this one.
I'd have to really think about that. Like, if I own that, would there be anything that tops it? Man, maybe not.
It's the best pour I own, which is why
it's also the most expensive bottle you own.
Absolutely, by far, by far, most expensive bottle I own. I did not pay retail for it, and y'all know I'm a retail whore. I hate to pay more than retail, but this was the one.
The opportunity presented itself.
You know, I was in a room full of people that was like, "If you don't, I will."
I mean, you said no at first.
I did.
I walked away, and I was like, "Hey, all right, go for it, man. Like, I'm not going to pressure you."
And then I was like, "I should buy a shit." Because I come from, a place where money wasn't readily available, and having it at disposal now is kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. So spending what I spent on a bottle was kind of unheard of for me, but I very much enjoy it at this point. It was worth every dollar. So what I have to say about that bottle is, if you can afford to pick one up, you will not be disappointed.
Right.
Like, less than $350, buy it.
It's worth it.
Straight up.
I hate to say it, like,
less than $350.
Like, I know that's a grip for some people, but like that, it's worth it, man.
But if you've got the disposable funds,
if you can do it, do it. Absolutely.
Jump on it.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, the thing is, it's crazy flavorful. It's crazier aromatic, right? I'll say it again. If you love the aromatics of a bourbon whiskey, this thing is probably going to be one of the best things. There's only one pour that I can tell you that outstrips this one.
On aromatics?
On the aromatics.
Birthday bourbon?
No, not even close. I'll take this over birthday bourbon any day.
All day?
All day. No. The William LaRue Weller.
Oh, that's not fair.
I know it's not fair. But literally, like, it may be a distant second, but nothing even comes close to this one other than that one. That's how great it is on the aromatics.
Okay, on aromatics.
On aromatics. It's simply on aromatics. It's just crazy aromatic. And then on the flavors, like 131 proof, really? No, it's not. It's not.
Nah, not even close.
You know, and then you get everything. You get the full gamut of the flavor wheel. Like, I mean, you could pull out that crazy detailed flavor wheel that's got like 40 different flavors on it and probably pick 20 different things you're getting.
Easily.
If you really pay attention. Yeah. That's how crazy flavorful this thing is. So, you know, I'm with you, man. If you can pick this up and you can actually throw the grip down, do it.
Like, I'm giving you a number though. 350.
Yeah.
That's the number.
Yeah.
Less than 350, go for it.
Yeah.
If it starts to get over that, if you've got it, why not? You know, but 350 I think is a real number.
And then on the smoke, I'm with you, man. There is some really unique flavor there that I'm having a really hard time placing, short of saying it's floral.
Yeah.
Which is strange coming from a cigar. But
that's the thing. Like, I normally don't pick up like distinctive flavors in a cigar. Like, I pick up some things.
Yeah.
But like, that floral note is heavy here.
It's super noticeable, but not overpowering. It's not like you're smoking a clove, cigarette or something, right? Yeah. Like, it's just kind of there, marrying with the normal tobacco flavors. Mm-hmm. Is this a cigar I would buy again? Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't be able to throw it out in a box simply because of the price.
Yeah.
But buying a few singles and hanging on to them and smoking them when I want to have something really nice, like, absolutely.
Like, I hope this is a new staple for our local cigar lounge, mm-hmm. because every time my allocation refills, I'm going to buy another. Doesn't mean I'm going to smoke it, but like, when my allocation refills, I'm going to buy another just because it's that good. I
mean, everything about it, the construction has been great. I've had a few little wonky burn things where I've had to touch up. But again, I think that's just because us talking, being outside,
Yeah, absolutely.
that sort of thing. Because I've never had any issues with an El Septimo.
No.
As far as all the El Septimos I've smoked, this might be one of the better ones that I've smoked.
I've had some. So we didn't address that. We did address the fact that like they do have some less expensive cigars.
Yeah.
They also have some way more expensive cigars.
Very true.
You can find El Septimos that are close to $100.
Right.
I've had one that was above 60. I thought it was very good. I'd have to smoke it again to say that I would buy it, but I'm hard pressed to not buy anything above 35.
Yeah, and I've had one. I think I had one that was like $40.
Yeah.
It was really good, right? It had like a 7-country blend or something crazy in it, right? It was really good. However, at the price point, I think I might prefer this one.
Yes.
Just simply for price and for what this gives me, I'm all on this one.
I agree.
So that's all I got.
Well, y'all know the drill, man. I wanted to drop it earlier, but like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content. With that being said, y'all make sure to put some smoke in the air, man. If you're watching our podcast, smoke them up, drink it up. That being said, I'm Duran, no cool nickname, my partner.
I'm Jason JB Smoke, and we'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.